And again, there wasn't any updates last night. I've had a fucking horrible headache the past 3 days where I cannot stare at a phone because it's just making me nauseous. So I slept again all last night, and I'm here at work. I got 15 minutes before I got to go inside, as it's very early, 6:30 on this mid-spring, if you can believe that already, on a very chilly last day of March, 32 degrees after heavy rain yesterday, a few flurries this morning in the greater Bloomington metropolitan area in central Illinois, right? So Vincenzo'S Go Crypto Investing. And we're going to start off with Zill. I had a comment yesterday about Zill. You can see Zill is still pumping, but it's coming down a little bit. I don't know why it's doing that. Of course, it would do that right out of the chute. Let's see here. Here we go. You can see Zill, if we zoom out to the daily time frame, you can see it was down 80-something% from its high last year, and it's essentially gained it all back, right? If we put a horizontal ray from before its peak last time, it's almost got all the way back up to that 25 cents. And as you do know, this thing's been in a bear market for a year, and it was down 86% from the top, and it's essentially gained all that back. Now, on a retest, somebody asked me how far can it drop on a plunge. Well, you got to it's anybody's guess, because this thing could just give all the gain back, or this could be starting Zill to the next leg up in its coin, right? But what I would be watching out for is, you can see we had a rising channel here last time, right? See that? Right here. Let's get this little line right here. You can see we were in a rising channel the whole time. This thing last year was pumping, right? So if I had to look at this, you can see there's your old top, so we can take that out of there. And a spot on a dump from this massive pump, because this is up like 300% in about 3 days. Let's go from its bottom, 500%. So on a dump now, a logical spot would be for it to come back down here to this blue line, right? If it's going to back test something and trade down, 0.027 would be a logical spot, which that's way down there. And people are going to say, oh, Vincenzo, how's it going to get that low? Well, it could, because essentially what you're doing right now is, if you only come up a little bit more and you hit this, that's just back testing this old support. And now it pumped up and hit it as resistance, and then if it trades down, that's very bearish, right? So that's what I'd be watching out for in the weekly. And then if you move to the daily, my initial underneath support on Zill, I had a comment. What I'd be looking out for is the 200-day moving average, right down here at 0.0721 cents, right? That's a big fall from where the price is at now, but that is major underneath support down there at the 200-day moving average, which it will be uptrending, right? So the 200-day is going to be shooting up like that. So when it comes and hits it, it might be a little bit farther, but at the current time frame, the 200 down there, and that's what I'd be looking for in a retest, right, on underneath support. Dogecoin, you can see I still think we're coming up to that 19 cents, right? We are in this coin. We've been in it for a few days. I think we're coming to 19 cents in Dogecoin, just like Zill did, and some of these other ones. I think we're going to come up to this upper resistance at 19 cents, right? So we're going to keep an eye on that. Bitcoin, you can see it's just kind of dancing around up here. And Bitcoin did do what we thought it would do. It's just done it trading sideways and down. It's coming down to the 200-day. It got all the way down to 46,000, right? We got our little support line as it's uptrending over here, right? So we're going to see if this kicks up or if this ends up kicking down back into this rising channel. That's what we're watching out for in Bitcoin. Your underneath support is at 46,605, right? So we'll continue to watch out for that. What else do we got? Digibyte. You can see Digibyte had a phenomenal pump last week or 2 weeks ago. See that? And now it's consolidating down on the 50. So what I would watch out for on here is this got out of the last line of defense, right? The orange support zone. You got your 12 cents major upper resistance, right? If it does something like Zill did, you can see these were in the same thing, right? This was in a rising channel like Zill. Now, if this does exactly what Zill did, this will pump all the way up into here and back test, right? and that would be a similar gain as Zill from its swing low. Right now it's up 135%, but see that if it does a similar thing to Zill, there's your 500% gain. So that's what I'd be watching out for in Digibyte. Can it stay over this 200-day in the daily, and then does it make a run up here and back test this old area up here, right, at 11 cents? So that's what I'd watch out for. If you break the 200-day, you're going to come back down and retest some of this lower support, right? That's about what we got right now. I got to get into the plant. We'll give you some more updates later on. Hopefully my head starts to feel better so I can give you more updates. Peace and love.